At 18 years of age, Regina Daniels stood on the red carpet of a life most teenagers only scroll through on Instagram. Private jets, designer bags, and a billionaire husband almost twice her mother's age. Nigeria crowned her the ultimate glow-up queen. She became the fairy tale every Nigerian parent quoted and every broke dreamer secretly envied. She made it, they said. She secured the bag. But fairy tales have expiry dates, and 6 years later, on November 2025, that same girl is trending for tear-streaked videos, deleted surnames, and siblings allegedly locked up on her husband's orders. The fairy tale didn't just crack, it detonated. It scattered the illusion that money guarantees peace and that fame is enough insurance against pain. Regina's story is no longer just Nollywood gossip. It's a case study of what happens when youth, fame and power collide inside the gilded cage of early marriage. In 2019, while her mates were cramming jam-packed questions or auditioning for campus plays, Regina Daniels was learning how to pronounce co-wife in Arabic for her co-wife Leila and stepson for a boy almost older than her. While her friends were worrying about project topics and hostel strikes, she was calculating ovulation cycles and signing NDAs. Motherhood arrived at 19, then again at 21. 2 babies in 3 years is a full-time job. Add a polygamous palace and a senator who believes that, quote, one wife is like standing on one leg. And Regina's calendar became a prison diary. She posted throwback clips of herself on set at 14, captioning one, quote, I miss the girl who only worried about her lines, end quote. That one line said everything. The girl who once juggled 100 movies before WAEC now juggles nannies, NDLEA rumors, and a husband who claims she needs rehab or she'll die, end quote. The little girl who once cried on cue for movie roles now cries off camera for survival. Time, that priceless currency of youth, was quietly withdrawn from her account while she was busy smiling for Instagram. The second fumble was brand Sabotage. Pre-marriage, Regina was Nollywood's pocket rocket. Movies where she featured like Python Girl, Spider Girl, Miracle Child, etc. She wasn't just an actress, she was a phenomenon, the child star who could outshine her senior colleagues. But post-marriage, the energy changed. Producers whispered, quote, will Oga allow night shoots? Scripts dried up faster than her old YouTube skits. She launched a magazine, a clothing line, even a TV channel, but every venture carried the unspoken disclaimer, Billionaire's Wife Enterprises. Google Regina Daniels movies 2024 to 2025 and the top result isn't her filmography. It's a gossip blog asking if Ned banned her from kissing scenes. Her last major role was a cameo in her own life, playing Happy Sixth Wife on Instagram Live. That's not rebranding, it's reabsorption. The actress who once had the industry at her feet was now treated as a supporting act in her husband's empire. Today, she floats the idea of retirement at 25, saying, quote, in 2 years, I'll hit 20 years in your faces. Maybe it's time to become a full-time glamour, end quote. Translation, the industry that crowned her at 7 has gently pushed her to the mommy bench. The talent that once brought her millions now lives in archived folders and throwback Thursdays. The brand Regina Daniels evolved, but not in the way she imagined. The third fumble was power imbalance on steroids. Nwoko, 64, didn't just marry Regina Daniels, he acquired her spotlight. Every photo op, every red carpet, every endorsement somehow became Ned and his wife, instead of Regina the actress. When bloggers claimed she funded his campaign with $50,000, money he allegedly gave her first, Her mother, Rita Daniels, screamed, quote, "My daughter fed you." When Regina wiped Nwoko from her bio in February 2025, the internet cheered. It felt like emancipation. But when she allegedly damaged marble floors in a quote, drug-fueled rage net version, the internet yawned. People had moved on. Every fight was like David versus Goliath, except David was live streaming from a mansion Goliath could seize tomorrow. And then came the latest twist. Ned allegedly telling her brother, quote, "Sammy stays inside until Regina comes home," end quote. That's not a marital squabble. It's hostage negotiation with private jets and police escorts. Power imbalance isn't just physical, it's legal, financial, psychological. Regina might have millions in her account, but control? Zero. The woman who once decided which scripts to reject now can't decide which city to live in. Child stars grow up in public. Early wives grow up in private fortresses. Regina once bragged about 20 boyfriends at 19, a funny harmless flex at the time. 6 years later, she cries on camera saying, quote, "In Ned's house, I am nothing." That's not drama, that's trauma. Therapists call it arrested development, when the part of the brain that learns boundaries, conflict resolution, and self-worth never got recess. Fame gave her spotlight, but marriage took away her stage. She built a new Lagos mansion and captioned it, quote, "In my house, I am queen." A line meant to sound proud, but read like a plea, because deep down, it echoed the voice of that 18-year-old who thought love meant never having to say, "I am scared." But maybe the biggest fumble wasn't hers, it was ours: societal complicity. Nigeria roasted Regina in 2019, then binge-watched her luxury. We turned her wedding into content, her pregnancy into memes, her motherhood into gossip. We memed her Lambo tears, retweeted her private jet Bible verses, and crowned her goals. When the cracks showed, we switched to popcorn. Very Dark Man's viral clapback at Regina Daniels, quote, "You sold her at 18, now you want Nigeria to buy her back," end quote, went nuclear because it named the transaction we all witnessed. Early marriage didn't just fumble Regina. It exposed a nation that cheers when poor girls level up, then laughs when the ladder snaps. Today, Regina alternates between defiant posts. "Even when tables turn, we go still the chop for table," end quote, and desperate pleas, "Leave my family alone, Ned," end quote. She has two sons who call a 64-year-old daddy and a 25-year-old mommy. She has a Lagos palace she paid for with endorsement money and an Abuja cage she can't legally leave without losing custody leverage. She has 11 million followers who type "You deserve better" under videos of her smiling through swollen eyes. Regina Daniels is not a victim. She's a cautionary tale with Wi-Fi. She's proof that boarding the money train at 18 can derail your 20s entirely. The jets still fly, the bags still drip, but the girl who once turned child roles into millions now audits every smile for hidden bruises. Early marriage didn't kill her talent, it just put it on life support, beeping softly while the world scrolls past. And yet, if there's one thing Regina has always been, it's resilient. The same girl who memorized movie lines at 7 and managed brand deals at 16 is now learning how to rebuild herself at 25. If she finds her footing again and the new mansion hints she's trying, she'll do it the hard way. One unfiltered Instagram story, one solo premiere, one custody clause at a time. Because at her core, Regina Daniels remains what she always was, a girl who learned to perform under pressure. And maybe this is her biggest role yet, not as a wife or influencer, or billionaire's muse, but as a woman fighting to reclaim the script of her own life. When her sons grow up and Google mommy's old movies, they will see a teenager who ruled Nollywood before she ruled a palace. But hopefully they will also find the sequel, a woman who learned that crowns forged in haste rust fastest, and that the real glow up begins the moment you stop auditioning for someone else's dynasty. Thank you for joining us today. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you later.